Are you frustrated with working long hours? Are you struggling to grow your business? Hi, this is Bernie Heine, and today I want to talk to you about 7 epiphany moments of business growth. So here are 7 different ways that you can approach growing your business, and I encourage you as I talk through the list to take some notes and think about which one of these really resonates with you and what can you do to help grow your business. So the epiphany moment number 1 is, do you have a vision for your business? Do you know why you're in business? Do you know what your long-term goals are with having this business? Where do you want to be in 10 years with this company? So many business owners that I meet can't answer that question. They've never really thought about it. So if that's the case, I encourage you to make a plan to do that. Take some time out with your staff. Or if it's just your own business, just all by yourself, then take time out with yourself. But get away from it all for a while. Think about what are the things that really make me want to be in this company. Why am I doing this in the first place? And where do I want to take this business in the next 5 years, 10 years, 20 years? But craft that long-term vision. Epiphany moment number 2 is understanding that your business is a direct reflection of you. So how you do things is how your business will look. So the more you invest in yourself, the more you improve your personal effectiveness, your leadership skills, your marketing skills, your sales skills, all of those things are reflected back into the business and make the business stronger. So many people don't focus on themselves because they think, well, the money has to be spent elsewhere. But if you're leading the organization, then money spent in you directly impacts the success of the company. So have a plan to continuously improve yourself. And think about what you might do right now to take the next step. So related to that is epiphany moment number 3. Don't assume that enthusiasm and passion are enough. Sure, you're very passionate about your business and you're very enthusiastic, but do you have all the right skills? So we need that level of energy as an entrepreneur. But when was the last time you worked on improving your skills? Are you still using knowledge that you learned maybe back in college or maybe on your first job? When was the last time you read a new book on business or took a course or went to a training program or got another degree or got an additional certification? How much are you working on those things? Imagine a professional athlete, like maybe someone in the NFL, and imagine that they're still relying on the skills they learned when they were in high school or in college. They wouldn't be a very effective professional sports player, would they? But so many business people fall into that same trap. So think about what are things you can do to improve yourself, your personal effectiveness, and your knowledge to be a better leader of your business. Epiphany moment number 4 is understanding the value of connections. Now, a lot of business owners focus their attention on their prospects, their customers. It's all about closing the next sale. And that's all great. But don't forget about the other connections. What about strategic alliances? Do you know very many businesses that have the same customers that you have but sell them different products? How often are you networking with those people, working with those organizations? So think about all those connections and the strategic alliances that you can build that go beyond just the direct customer contacts that most people are so focused on. Epiphany moment number 5 is don't try to be all things to all people. So many times I hear entrepreneurs say, well, if I narrow my focus too much, I'm going to miss out on all these clients that are over here and over here. There's all this business to be had. Well, when in actual fact, the more I try to be all things to all people, the more I'm not really important to anybody. And that means probably my profit margins reflect that as being very low. The more I focus on a niche where I can have a targeted message on the benefits that I bring to a narrow focus of people, the more effective I can sell at higher prices. So think about, who am I really targeting? What products am I selling to those people? And how can I increase my margins by being more of an expert in the field? Epiphany moment number 6 is avoiding the "it's easier to do it myself" syndrome. How many times have you heard yourself saying that, or maybe heard others say, "Well, it's just easier if I do it myself. Let me just take care of this." Well, it might be easier to do it yourself right now, but it's rarely more effective. And think about the lost opportunity that delegation can bring if you taught somebody else in your company how to do that task, and how much better they would be, and how much stronger the organization is. Catch yourself on using that term and think, yes, in this moment, it might have been easier just for me to handle this right now, but think long term. If you keep doing that, when will you have time to do bigger and better things? When will you have time to invest in the growth of the company, as opposed to being focused on, well, these tasks that I have to deal with right now? So epiphany moment number 7 is understanding the benefits of systematizing the business. So many small businesses don't have systems that are laid out in a clear manual, because they say, well, it's not really important. We all know what we're doing. Why do we need to write this down? Well, if you think about a franchise business, you often pay $100,000 essentially just to get the operating manual, the step-by-step recipe for how the business works. Now, why is that important? First of all, it helps in training. It documents how we do things, but also it gives us an opportunity to go back and make corrections and edits, because we can do that if we have it once listed out. If we're making up the processes every day new, or we just assume we're following the same process, but we haven't ever really documented it, how can we make improvements? How can we get process improvements? How can we get better? How can we learn? Take the time to systematize the business, have an operating manual where you can refer to how do we do stuff around here. And when employees turn over, bringing on new people, expanding the business, it's a lot easier when you've got documented set of processes to fall back on. So finally, let's take some action here. Think over those 7 epiphany moments we just talked about. Pick 1 or 2 that really resonate with you, create an action plan, and get going today.